insane is Disney? How insane is Kathleen Kennedy? This woman who seems like she knows nothing about Star Wars, but she runs the ship on Star Wars. Bob Iger quit. All these people are crazy. All these directors keep quitting these Star Wars movies, and Josh Trank just came out saying that he quit because he knew that he was going to get fired. He had the whole Fantastic Four debacle with Sony and Disney, and now he was once upon a time going to have a Star Wars film that he was making, and he quit. He quit because he knew he was going to get fired, and he made up some story about a flu. That's why he couldn't go to Star Wars Celebration. And then you got to think about Benioff and Weiss, the two Game of Thrones dude. They had a whole trilogy, and they quit. And I can't remember if Rian Johnson is even on at this point because it's just everybody quitting. But I highly doubt that he is. And then Star Wars is taking a break from movies, and I think they're taking a break not because of, successful TV series. They're like, oh, The Mandalorian is doing great, we don't need to make movies. I think it's really because a lot of filmmakers don't want to work with Star Wars. They don't want to work with Disney. Because the fans and the uproar and things like that, but that all really ties back to Kathleen Kennedy running this trilogy into the ground, and I think it scared off a lot of filmmakers because they know that their reputations are on the line if they make a bad movie. And none of these Star Wars movies that came out were home runs. Rogue One, Solo, they weren't home runs. None of that sequel trilogy was great. Some people love it, but most people find it very controversial. It's obviously controversial. The Last Jedi made people go crazy. I thought Episode 9 was the dumbest movie I've ever seen in my life. And Kathleen Kennedy has kind of run Star Wars films into the ground. So I feel like Josh Trank is a start to what is going to be a trend of filmmakers bashing Disney. I feel like a lot of people are going to start coming out and talking about how their experience at Disney was really bad. And they don't like how the ship is run over there. And everything behind the scenes is crazy. It kind of reminds me of WWE. I don't know if any of you watch wrestling. But every time a wrestler gets released or quits, they go on a podcast and they talk about how insane WWE is. I feel like Disney is like that for filmmaking. It is the insane studio that when people quit, at some point they cave and they start ranting about it. John Boyega has been throwing shade at Disney for a while. And he said one day he's going to reveal all about how he feels about what it was like to do sequels and what he thinks about the sequels. And I don't think he likes them. I don't think he likes his arc. I don't think he liked being in those movies. So, cannot wait till all these things get thrown under the bus and Disney gets crashing, Disney starts crashing down to the ground with everybody's trash talking. Because I don't like that Disney has Star Wars. I like that there are Star Wars films to be, had in the future. Because I was hyped. I like that we have more Star Wars films. I just don't think that they're very good. And I would love if some other studio had Star Wars. Imagine if A24 had Star Wars and they made a bunch of low-budget movies. How cool would that be? A bunch of low-budget Star Wars movies. They found some creative way to make small stories. And they were all unique and interesting. But we'll see. We'll see how long Kathleen Kennedy lasts. I'm sure it's going to be forever. Because no one can take her down. John Boyega, just go on a podcast one day and just roast everything. I want to know. I want you to just go on full-on beast mode because you do not have to work for Disney anymore. So just do it.